metal, and he's dancing away there, waiting to get his groove on.
Yeah, sure, we'll say that's what it is.
I figured I'd come up with something different than before, so. And I'm getting my chat up here. And sorry about running late, everybody. Let's see. YouTube, make sure I get that chat from there, just in case Restream decides to be idiots. Wow, I went down like 2 subscribers today. Since earlier.
What'd you do?
I have no idea. Probably YouTube. I gotta figure out a way to start getting subscribers because I seem to be losing them more than gaining them. Am I live? Yeah, I'm live.
Yeah, you're live. I've got you up.
Okay, just because studio. Yeah, it's been going a minute. It just doesn't show much. Okay, where is my mouse? Yay! You have dabbed in the chat, of course. And I'm going to be working on my manga today. The drawing aspect of it, not the writing aspect. For that way, I haven't got.
I'm going to be writing today.
And what are you writing today?
Chapter 2 of a chronicling of a planet called Mira.
Oh, okay. Cool. Like to be writing that little bit of a short story that you have to do.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I've been kind of deadlocked with drawing comics at the moment. Like, I've been chipping away at the next page of the webcomic pretty steadily. Like, I'm almost done with the penciling. Once I finish that, the inking will be fast. It's just, I am so burnt out from doing the Tezuka comic just, like, all through the summer that is, like, giving me mental strain to even sit there and want to draw a comic right now.
Yeah, I know that. I've been there. Heck, it's probably, well, for one thing, is I know in that, that 30 plus years that I was doing stuff, there was a lot of years where I wasn't doing much, if anything, just because, one person on their own trying to do it just gets depressing, for lack of a better word.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I never really get depressed on it, but I do get burnt out a lot. Yeah. Because when you're the only one doing everything, you have to do everything, and you just get, like, drained from it. Yeah.
Like I said, depressed might be a wrong word. Hold on a second. I need to grab my script for this. Okay, so I'm back. It's not that I was going far for very long. So, maybe I'll start getting these couple panels a little bit better. Okay. Stay. I just want to slide. I gotta get a desk. I gotta prop this up so it's more flat, not angled. This desk. Technically, it's not even a desk. It's a drafting table. and they're supposed to be in a or an art table. And if you're saying anything, well,
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I wasn't. Yeah. I just want to preemptively say that no matter what Evan will end up saying on all this, I disavow.
Yeah, you got a lot who's going on in the Discord.
Well, a lot of what he said was factually true, but some of it I'm like, I don't remember going that way. I'm gonna have to go and rewatch those clips. Like I even said, I won't deny, or I wouldn't even bother deny. Usually, I admit this. Being a degenerate or anything that led to me talking smack, that's all 100% true.
Yeah.
And I do vaguely remember you and Elric joking around that you were going to use Evan's identity for pen names.
Yeah, I think we did that. But hence, jokingly, there's the key word in all that.
And I don't believe I was the one who did it, though I might have egged him on. As he's putting it, I am remembering, I think Elric was the one that actually turned this into a contest. Because he and Evan were going at it. And then Elric's like, oh, I could totally make a better one than you. Let's do it. And of course, I was egging on because I'm sure I can make a better one than either of them.
Yeah.
But again, that's me saying anything that led from me talking smack is definitely 100% true.
Yeah. I'm saying good evening to everyone. I don't even know which show it was that this all started on. It was sometime
You know what? It might have actually been on an episode where you were drawing like one of the first page for the Japanese Shield.
Yeah. It's just so long ago. I know it was sometime in the summer.
Yeah, it really wasn't that long ago, but everything feels like it's been a long time this summer.
Yeah.
It was definitely a lot of streams ago, I know that. But
well, I guess that's
like
what
every single weekday.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's more what I mean, a lot of streams ago, like, probably like over 60, so.
And Evan's sitting there documenting it too. Like, how do you have the time to do this? That's a lot of streams to go back through.
Yeah. And it's not like it's all just, a lot of the stuff is just written down in my, Discord now. Like the chat gets a lot put in my Discord. I didn't have the computer back then, or the good computer. Okay. Forget about that panel for now. Let's go to this one. Alright. Jeez. But the problem is, you know, he's saying all this, and he could be telling the truth, or he could not, because you know he probably realizes neither of us is going to go through all this. Hold on.
Yeah, but he said he's making a clip compilation, so we'll have to see the clips afterwards too.
Yeah.
But a lot of it sounds familiar. Like it just sounds like he's interpreting it wrong. But I do remember a lot of what he's saying.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm not going to call him a liar. He's just spinning it.
Yeah, maybe that's what I mean. It's because he's spinning it a certain way, misinterpreting it on purpose.
I do like how he keeps referring to the Tezuka contest as the Tekken manga. Yeah, so like I'm actually very, very upset with how today went because I didn't end up going for my walk today.
Ah, you had to look after your mama's dog, didn't you?
No, not today. That was supposed to be yesterday, but she canceled it.
Okay.
So I ended up going to walk anyway. No. Like, on my brother's way home, she was like, "Hey, I've got something for you." She had like a case of soda she wanted to give me, and she's like, "Just wait there, and he'll come by, and he'll pick you up, and you have to come by here and get it." So I'm sitting here, I'm waiting. I didn't do anything for a while, so I didn't miss him. And it's been an hour. I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" She's like, "Oh, he forgot. Just come down here and get it yourself."
Sure.
So then I go down there, and then it turns out that he ended up borrowing the the Mario game, the one that has like the 3 classic ones in it.
Oh,
64, Sunshine, and Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay, I thought you were talking Mario.
sorry, I'm muting because it's pretty loud in here.
No problem.
Yeah, but so he's sitting there, and they're just like holding me there for a while. Like, no, you got to stay here. You gotta do stuff with us for a bit. And by the time I'm finally let go, it's like 8 o'clock or so, and I finally get back here, and I'm looking at the times like, dang it, I cannot go for a walk before Rick's show starts.
Well, you could have been late. You know, I was. Although I was only late 5 minutes. It's not like you're.
No. If I was gonna go for a walk, it was gonna be a pretty long one. I'd be pretty late, like probably most of the show.
Eagle goes oops for some reason, which shows up as a monkey with a wrench in YouTube.
Yeah, that's just the code for that emote. I think it's supposed to be like a code monkey who's going into the mainframe and fixing it.
Spaghetti. So we had Lorenzo and John on this morning on High Noon, and I'm not sure you probably didn't catch any of that because sleeping, and I'm not sure whether you actually rewatch streams or not, or watch streams.
Occasionally, but most of the time it's just like there's so much new things I can't go and backtrack through old streams.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't blame you. It's like a 2-hour thing. I remember when I used to try and do that for a bunch of, back when EBS or whatever, EBS and Mike and all that. It's like, okay.
Well, especially when you're like on a stream too, right? That takes away the time that you can go back and catch up on things. I end up missing so much stuff.
Yeah. I'm running my own YouTube stuff, so I barely watch anything else on YouTube too much anymore or for too long.
Yeah, and it's not even necessarily that you don't want to. It's just you never have time if you're constantly making stuff.
Yeah. Or you're just trying to relax and do whatever, get away from the computer for a bit.
Yeah, like I was watching Jason's stream right before hopping on here, but then it's like, oh, gotta close out. Time to hop on.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I get everything set up and then I watch things till, like for 10 minutes beforehand, 5 minutes beforehand. Whenever I send the link out. Usually once I send the link out, I've stopped watching stuff.
I mean,
Or,
I could be cheeky. I could have just left the stream on in the background. Nobody would ever hear it, but then it might be too loud and you might try to say something and I won't even be able to hear it to respond.
yeah. Eagle's got a thinking face for some reason. Maybe he's thinking about something.
Well, you never need a reason to use the thinking face. You should always be thinking.
Sure. And my mom puts a link to something in. I think one of my other channels. Which I might be putting a video up on my Pied Piper tomorrow sometime. A new snack video. Because it's a type of chips that I think it was only out for the summer. And I found it in the dollar store. Late night Buffalo hot wings by Doritos.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Hot wings sound disgusting. Buffalo hot wings in chip form sounds disgusting.
Yes. I'm not a big fan of buffalo in general, though.
Okay. So I don't think I've tasted them. So I'm gonna
Though the number
do.
19 at Wingbuck is generally pretty good because the buffalo gets overpowered by the mango habanero.
So hopefully, I don't know how many people watch that. I don't know how much I'm ever gonna do with the channel anymore. Although I'm not sure what I'm doing. Well, tomorrow for sure on Discord I've got to do Too Fast, Too Furious. I think Eagle this afternoon was asking about some Canadian Vigorettes, or I forget, probably pronouncing it wrong. And I said I'd tell him later. Vignette. Vignettes.
Oh, a vignette.
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 Hey, we got Art of Reed in the chat. Hey, Willie, how are you?
Yeah, it's a French word, so you don't pronounce the G hard.
Yeah. So these are like ones from the 70s and 80s. A little bit on Canadian history and all that. So I might do a small thing showing off a few of those on Discord. It all got inspired really by Bullet with talking about the log guy's dance. It's called. The Log Driver's Waltz.
Not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's like a 3-minute thing. I'd show it on here, but I don't want to, get copyrighted. That's why I'm going to show them, play them off YouTube, and show them on Discord sometime tomorrow, or some of them, because how many is there in this? Oh, there's 28 of them. And I'm not even sure whether I've seen all of them. But they used to come on between shows and that way back when, so everybody might be interested in those. I don't know. But how are you today, Willie? You want a link at all? Mom! I can't believe you put that! She said sub, like, and share.
Your mother condones lying, confirmed here on the stream.
We do not condone lying here at Cross Comics. I disavow. She hasn't even corrected it yet. She said that she'd correct it away. Now she puts like. Like what? What do you like, Mom?
She should correct you with a paddle.
She can't do that anymore. When I was 5, yeah. Slowly into my 20s, she wasn't able to do that anymore. Maybe even my teens.
Oh, my parents just stopped because it didn't do anything. They quickly found out that I was stubborn and indifferent to it.
Of course, I'm just teasing my mom over this and she knows it. I might actually try to do a gaming stream. I was trying to see earlier through the Discord whether anybody wanted to do Elder Scrolls Online with me.
Yeah, I saw. Though I think I already told you before that I have like no desire to play that game again.
Yeah.
Well, I think I said that of both Elder Scrolls and World of Warcraft.
Well, I think it was just World of Warcraft, you said, because Elder Scrolls hasn't been around.
Well, I was in the alpha and beta test for Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, okay. Because I guess I could do some random team ups. Because there's a couple missions I'm having a bit of a hard time with.
Oh, I always do random team ups because you just it's hard to convince people to play games with you.
Yeah. I did that a lot for City of Heroes. Random team ups. You know, my character's at like level 15 or 16, or one of the 8 you can create. I just recently, today I just created a second one. Although I didn't create it much different. I just gave him well, I think I created him a different race and made him man like cougar. Instead of my first one named Richard Piper. Not very creative. So how is your script coming there?
Rick, I can barely hear you. You keep like drifting off into quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta learn not to do that. How is your script coming there?
My script really isn't.
Really isn't what?
Oh no, that's it. Just isn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you got cut off by YouTube or your mic or something like that. Well, maybe not YouTube, but you get what I mean.
I mean, I started working on ideas for how I'm going to execute that first short, but it's figuring out how I'm going to do it because it's like such a vague story, and I have to stretch it across 4 pages. I might make it like 4 panels a piece or something like that.
It's 2 people helping a duck cross the road.
It was like supposed to be a bunch of baby ducks or something like that. So like, it's a very simple story. You can do that in just 4 panels, but I'm gonna have to make it like dramatic and exciting.
Yeah, maybe you show them at the road, then you show a bunch of cars going across, and they're all scared. Well, you could probably make it a highway or something like that.
Something, but I'm gonna have to like the 2 people involved. You have to set it up. So maybe they're at a duck pond or something like that. Maybe they're just enjoying the day at a park, and then they're gonna have to spot the ducks in trouble. And there's got to be like a whole setup for it because you have to tell a story in 4 pages.
Yeah. Or you could have the ducks in the middle of the road when they see them. A super busy thing. They go to stop traffic and you have these pile up of cars. And my mom says nobody is talking. Yes, we can tell that the chat is quiet, Mom.
Well, I think she was talking about for a minute, neither you or I was talking. That's been sitting in the chat for a little bit.
My mom says, I'm going to leave early. Good.
And that's fair. I'm not going to say good, but that's fair.
Good. Well, the cat's away, the mice have fled. No.
You calling me a rat, Rick?
No, a mouse.
I'm not sure I like to take that sitting down. I might have to stand up for that.
Calling you a mouse, not a rat.
What's the difference?
Size. I'm sure there's other differences about them, but I have no clue. My mom says You're
no.
welcome.
I mean, a rat and a mouse are literally the same thing. I think it's just how you feel about it, right? Like if you, like I've said this before too, if it's like a pet, you're going to call it a mouse. If it's something that's like eating your food against your will, you're going to call it a rat.
Well, I know mice are just really small, where rats are like, 10 times the size.
Yeah, but that's like the difference between a Chihuahua and a German Shepherd. Yeah. They're both still Canis lupus.
Yeah. Hey, I don't make this stuff up. I'm just telling you what I know. As far as I know, they're supposed to be 2 different... Well, I guess they're not 2 different kinds of animals. Oh, I guess they're just...
No, they're the same animal.
Different species within the same... There are varieties.
Well, because, like, those little... No, they're the same species. Like, you might want to call them breeds if you want, but, like, those little white mice that people have for pets are the exact same mouse you use for lab rats.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is they wouldn't be, from what I get from species, they wouldn't, they'd be of the same, a rat and a mouse would be of the same quote unquote family, but they would be different species because, one's smaller, one's bigger, quote unquote, naturally. Like, a great, as you put it, a Chihuahua and a Great Dane are two, they may be both dogs, but they're different species of dogs.
Yeah, well, some people will say the difference is like the ear shape and the tail size, but as far as I know, no, because all dogs, every dog you've ever met is the same species. Because there's only five species of dogs in the world, and 4 of them live in Africa.
Well, I've heard the species thing more to their breeds, so I don't know.
Okay, so what actually makes a species is the word specialization, right? So specialization means that 2 breeds have, and this is where the word breed comes from too. 2 breeds have split enough that they can't reproduce a fertile heir, right? So like a tiger and a lion are 2 different species. They can reproduce, but their child will be sterile. Same with like a donkey and a horse can make a child, but that child will also be sterile.
Yeah, to me, that I've heard that's like the family, the canine family. Well, for the dogs, I'm not sure what.
So a family is a higher position, right? Because you break species down by many things. You have genus, you have family, you have order, you have kingdom, but underneath genus is species, right?
Yeah.
And every dog you've ever met is Canis lupus. That's the specific species. So a Chihuahua and a German Shepherd are the same species. They're both Canis lupus. They're all just modified wolves.
Yeah. That's why anytime I hear somebody say a wolf isn't a dog, I'm like, yes, it is.
Yeah, they're literally the same thing. Our dogs are just they're GMOs, right? Genetically modified organisms. Just through the long period of breeding them to look the way we want them to.
Or maybe even short, because sometimes, you can, when you have humans interfering, you can do it probably faster than quote unquote nature might do it.
Well, yeah, it's definitely much faster than natural selection would have done it, but on the whole, it still took a really long time.
Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. Now we need to get her jumping off. Is this live? Yes, it is, Evan. No, it's dead.
Okay. So, there are different species of mice in general. Or a lot of things we call mice, but aren't necessarily mice, right?
Okay, I guess you
but
looked
the
it
thing
up.
that we mostly use the word mouse for is the species that we call rats.
Okay, for me, it's the little white things that I call mice. Rats, I call the big
as
things
far as
that
a species,
live in.
that little white thing is a rat.
Oh, okay. It's considered a rat as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick just escaped out a cabin in the woods with a bottle of Moscato.
The bottle of Moscato. How do you, like, as in you just dipped with a bottle of Moscato, or were you trapped there and you used the bottle of Moscato to escape? Like, I need context on this. Or was
Hello,
it
John.
like maybe one of those escape rooms and the bottle of Moscato was the answer to it?
What up, Rick?
Not much yourself.
Oh, just out here barbecuing some carne asada in my Canadian Shield t-shirt.
Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
carne asada is my favorite.
Well, you can't have any.
Well, yeah, how would it even make it to me? We're like
Yeah, I can't
1,000 miles away.
So what's new?
Not much. I'm just drawing up my a little bit more of my first page of my manga.
Ah. Alright.
Putting in some better details.
It's always good to strive for second place.
Yes, it is, John. It's always good for you to strive for second place.
Sure is.
Let's be real. We all know that Elric is going to beat all of us.
But even better is the person that's striving for last place. We know who that is.
Oh, me?
No, Evan.
Oh. Darn it, I wanted last place.
See, you're not going to do a thing and you're going to get, like, at least second to last. And Evan will get last place still.
Evan wants you to know that he's a wino now. I don't know if that's a good thing. Oh, and a great detective. Can you be a wino and a great detective? I mean, I guess if Sherlock Holmes was addicted to opium and he was considered a great detective, you could.
But then again, you know, Sherlock Holmes is actually fictional. So we can make it so
as
he
far as
can
we
look.
know.
Yeah. So, you know, he can be written to work with his, addiction. Unlike, somebody in real life. Although then again...
Well, ultimately, Sherlock Holmes was based off of Edgar Allan Poe, so... I mean, not directly. Edgar Allan Poe had a detective in one of his works that was based off of him, and then that detective inspired Sherlock Holmes.
And then,
it's actually a really fun story.
What's his name? Well, there are a lot of detectives in real life that would be alcoholics, which would be close to a wino. Well, a wino is just an alcoholic who lives on the street, right?
I think it's just an alcoholic that specifically drinks too much wine.
Say what?
So maybe winos just think they're better than other alcoholics.
Yeah, usually winos are housewives.
Well, Evan declared himself a wino, but he's also using the name Leslie, so that probably works out.
There you go. That's what happened.
So much for being a good detective, Evan. Dillard just solved the case.
That's what I do.
Although, when it comes up on Restream, it does come up as Evan Hotep, not Leslie Hotep. So.
Well, that's because Restream just uses your actual Discord username and not the nickname you put yourself in a server.
Yeah, I know. I'm just bugging him. Or seeing whether I can bug him by saying that.
Are you practicing your trolling, Rick? Is that what you mean?
Me? Practice trolling? Never.
That might be why you're so bad at it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks good.
Well, oh, John's food.
Yes, the food, Rick, not your comic book.
Oh, you're so funny. So funny.
Stop being racist. It's embarrassing.
Not being racist.
I might like dip for 5 minutes just to reheat some chicken. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back. So John's coming on, making everybody hungry again.
Why don't you just eat if you're hungry?
I had some chips and stuff before it came on.
I'm gonna be sneezing right now. I just dumped a bunch of pepper in the air. So I heard some super snooty like barbecue guy, and he was telling everybody, the correct way to barbecue. And he went out and actually said this, and again, it makes sense, but it's so stupid that why would anybody even bother? Because he said this, and I will admit it makes sense. Do not use the tongs that you put your meat or your fork or your spatula, whatever spatula you use to put your meat onto the grill. Don't use that spatula to flip your meat or take it off the grill and prepare to serve because it has raw meat juice on it, right?
In other words, have two pairs of tongs.
Yeah. And then I thought to myself, that's pretty fancy. That's real sissy. I don't know who would do that.
I wouldn't.
You go outside with the spatula to cook burgers. That's the spatula you use to put the burgers on the plate.
And it's like, well, if you were in the middle of the woods and you didn't have a spatula or whatever, you're using a stick or whatever to flip or whatever.
Yeah, this is what I've done before, right? We've been at the park barbecuing, and of course, you forget your spatula. So you go and you grab a stick, and you go and you find an empty can, like an aluminum can. You put the stick into the hole of the can, and then you pound the can flat with a rock.
Well, I never thought about doing that. Yeah. The Coca-Cola.
Great, but it does work.
Yeah. The Coca-Cola spatula.
Mm-hmm.
The Coca-Cola spatula.
Patent pending.
Yeah. Coca-Cola can spatula.
So I can't be on for very long. I only got 10% battery. My phone died when I was out there working on that trailer.
Yeah.
And I just plugged it in to take a shower. And I was rocking out in the shower playing Susie Quattro, the Wild One. And I only got 18%, but now I'm at 10%. It's going quick.
Yeah. Well, why don't you plug it in while you're on here? Or isn't there anywhere to plug it in there?
Not really. I mean, there is a plug over there, but that's really close to the barbecue. I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'm back. I got food.
Welcome back, man. Woo!
Eagle says a stick.
A steak.
Yeah, you're gonna get it stuck to you.
I got chicken.
We like to stick it to the man.
At least I got chicken.
Just as long as you're not chicken.
Whatever happened
And
to
a
that guy?
single
Did he move to
potato wedge.
Spain or what?
No.
Is
Never
he just
followed.
as popular as ever?
He says you don't have a fork. What? Like you said, you forgot the spatula or whatever. You forgot all the.
No, I got one of these forks.
No, like you know, you go to the woods or whatever and you forget it, camping or whatever. Like you were saying earlier.
Yeah. Well, we weren't camping, but we were barbecuing, and I did forget my spatula, so I had a homemade one out of a stick in a Coca-Cola can. And that's happened to me already 3 times. And I think I'm becoming so good at doing it that I'm purposefully forgetting my spatula, maybe like subconscious.
Yeah, you wanna feel like a man by making your own tool, right?
Well, I thrive for the challenge, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when you go survival camping, you never have any tools with you.
But who does that? Only homosexuals.
I don't know, man. It's pretty fun.
People
Like I get practicing your skills at home and all that, but if you're going camping and you know you're going camping, take whatever you can to enjoy yourself.
Well, what if that is how I enjoy myself?
Then you're a weirdo.
Well, I'm not going to deny that.
and
Then
who
why would
does?
I'm surprised at my reaction.
And who does that, John? You know, people in the army. They go on the survivalist stuff. Being able
Like
to
I said, homosexuals.
Are you degenerate? Are you disparaging the people in the army?
I don't know what that word means, Rick. You use a lot of big words. But definitely, yes, people in the Canadian Army, yeah.
I think you're doing it for people in the American army.
Oh, yeah, especially them.
Sometimes I forget that Canada even has an army. Even though they were pretty vital in World War II.
What do you got to say about that, Rick?
And World War One, we won the Vimy Ridge.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, the States tried, couldn't do it. Or Britain tried, couldn't do it. States tried, couldn't do it. Think some other country tried, couldn't do it. Canada says, can we try? It's like, yeah, okay, you try, go kill yourself, whatever. And we're like,
I'm pretty sure you guys were entered World War II before we even did.
Yeah, we did, yeah. But we were like, what was so hard about that Vimy Ridge thing?
I don't get it, Rick. Why is Canada such an embarrassment if they're so cool?
Because we got an idiot prime minister at the moment.
It's also because you guys are too polite, so people step all over you.
Yeah.
People look up to hardcore countries that throw their weight around.
And Bullet's laughing at something.
I want to know why there are people who don't like dark meat, when that's all where the flavor is.
Mm. People are people. I don't have anything to drink out here.
Well, that is a crying shame.
Well, what's going on, Rick? I told you I only got like 5% battery. What's happening?
Oh, not a lot. I'm just doing my thing here. Manga. Trying to get it all drawn up.
You don't feel like talking about it at all?
Bullet's like, let him know about the Battle of Vinny Ridge, Rick.
I don't know all the details. I don't know all the details. I just know you guys. Everybody tried. A few major countries tried. You're like, yeah, this is impossible.
What talking about?
This is impossible. It can't be done. Then we come in and like, that was impossible. What's so hard? But taking
Who the hell is we?
Rick, that's your homework?
Canada.
I expect a full oral report on Vinny Ridge by Tuesday.
Yeah,
the American government, the American military could have done fantastic and great things, but none of that has anything to do at all with me. Why would I say we?
Because I say as a country.
America's an embarrassment as a country. Did you see Joe Biden out there? This guy's running for president. We got a person.
You talking about the Despacio thing?
Yeah, the Despacito thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Despacito.
This guy's out there shucking and jiving and soft shoeing for the Mexicans while the country's on fire.
Yeah.
What the hell is his problem? What the hell is this idiot's problem? What the hell is wrong with America that's on the news? It's embarrassing. All of it. And I'm gonna tell you this straight up. I'm not a Trumper, dude. I don't like Trump. I don't like him at all.
No?
But I'm like, again, that don't matter because I'm not voting for anybody.
You're not voting at all, I take it then?
That's what I said. But at least if Trump was in my town, he'd talking about jobs or something. Not out there talking about, oh, check out my street cred with the Mexican people. What an asshole.
It's because they got nothing.
Absolute sissy ass son of a bitch.
Bullet says Biden's hidden in his basement. Eagle says, Rick, is Dillard or Metal the Brandon of this stream? Neither.
I'll be Brandon. I don't care.
No, see, Rick has encompassed it and become the eternal Brandon.
I gotta go and share this food with my sweetie.
You're the eternal Brandon now, Evan? And Bullet says, vote for Trump. It's the right thing to do.
I'm going to vote for the giant meteor to come and take everybody.
I would say vote for Trump just so Biden doesn't get in. Because you don't want Biden in.
Giant meteor 2020.
Calm down.
Pardon, John?
Exactly, pardon. Oh my God. I hope the entire country falls into a civil war and China comes and takes us over. That way I can be Chinese from now on.
We disavow anything that John Dillard says on this stream.
Oh, yeah, because if China took over the U.S., you know Canada would be sure to follow.
Mm-hmm. That's a country right there with a strong sense of direction. China.
Oh, then I can talk like this and not be a racist?
Rick, stop being so racist. God damn it.
Hey, I'm not being racist. I'm I like the culture, so I'm flattering them or something to that effect.
They're being culturally insensitive. That's all.
Waiting for the moon to drop. Like in Majora's Mask, just take all of us.
Is that a Zelda reference? That's my cue to exit. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, later,
All right,
John.
see you, John. Bullet says, unfortunately for Dillard, the Chinese are super racist, so Dillard would be lucky to be a slave under CCP rule.
Now, Eagle's wondering what this moon to drop reference.
Yo, and like Majora's Mask, right? You've got 3 days to stop Skull Kid from bringing the moon down onto everybody and killing everyone. But 3 days isn't enough time, so you have to learn the Song of Time to keep repeating the 3 days until you finally fix everything. It's a really fun game.
Okay, I've never played it, but that sort of makes a little bit to no sense. Because if you went back 3 days, wouldn't all the stuff that you just done been reversed?
Undone?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it does. But you, being the time traveler, get to keep stuff. So you collect masks that are useful to solving puzzles. And eventually you get to you want to collect all the masks. But specifically you have to collect the 4 masks that the bosses have, because they're like, in every Zelda game there's something important you have to collect, whether it's the medallions or the pendants or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So there's like these 4 existential threats that you have to defeat, because that unlocks the giants. This is the only thing that is outside of space-time, so even though you reset it, the giants are still unlocked, right? The thing keeping them at bay, because they're kind of like gods.
Uh-huh.
And then once you unlock all 4 of them, they can catch the moon, because they're like gods, and then you go up there and fight the final boss. But if you get every single mask, you can trade them in at like these children that look like the Happy Mask guy, and they'll give you the Fierce Deity mask, and then you turn into a god yourself and fight the demon.
Okay.
It's a really fun game. It's probably not only the most underappreciated Zelda game, it might be the best Zelda game.
Sounds interesting. But I get the part where, you defeat a guy, you can keep it, but, everything else you did's undone. So, wouldn't that then make there two of the same masks at the same time? The guy that you defeated, he would have his mask, and you would have the mask.
No, because they're not. They're called Masks Beast, but they're not actually wearing masks. You get a mask from defeating them.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, is they're not wearing them, but they have possession of them?
Yes, sort of. Their soul.
Oh, it's their soul.
Yeah.
But, again, if you went back in time, you've got the soul, and then they're...
No, because you're clearly outside of space-time now. You have the ability to time travel.
Yeah, but you go back in time, they'd still have their soul, and then you'd have a version of their soul, too. As well. Whatever, You know what I mean.
But all that matters is that you freed the giant.
Yeah. Just as long as...
And you can go and you fight the bosses all you want. Like, once you get that, the last mask, the Fierce Deity mask, you can go back and fight the bosses again. And it's a lot more fun to fight them with that one, because you've got, like, blade beams and stuff.
Time mechanics, you gotta love it.
Well, especially in a world that might very well just be limbo.
Bullet says great commercial. Oh, Bullet. Tomorrow sometime I might go over a bunch of those Canadian vignettes, like the log thing, the log driver's waltz, on my what you call it, Discord. Apparently, there's like 28 of them. That hand is way too big. I'm gonna have to shrink it and post as they, or I was gonna say as they say, or as I say.
Yeah. Vignette's one of those words that has like several meanings too.
I'm not sure exactly what time, but probably in the afternoon for sure, I would say. Of course, also I am also doing Too Fast, Too Furious tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For anybody that wants to come and watch that with me.
Oh, Mallet wants me to share a website with you called theartofmanliness.com.
Okay. Are you bringing it up to see what it is?
I don't know. He just says, please share with Rick. Let me look at this. To pull it up on my computer.
Yeah, see whether we can bring it up on screen.
He also wants to know if you'll accept the 5,000 Twitch subscriber butt tattoo challenge.
I have no idea what that is.
I'm going to assume that you don't want a tattoo on your butt.
No. No tattoos on the butt. No buts about it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. An about section. Now, I'm not sure what this site is other than it just has a bunch of manly things and articles on it.
Okay.
Let's see. The Art of Manliness is a one-stop resource for actionable advice that covers every aspect of a man's life. Character, career, relationships, fitness, style, skills, and much more. Through weekly podcasts and articles, AOM tackles subjects from the philosophical and serious to the practical and fun. AOM differentiates itself from other men's lifestyle media outlets in providing content that is intelligent, thoughtful, thorough, eminently useful, and clickbait-free.
Bullet says
I
Rick
don't know
is
how you
more
feel
of a
about
tramp.
that.
Bullet says Rick is more of a tramp stamp kind of guy. I don't think so.
You just get like the Hyrule crest right there above your butt line.
Red Hood saying accept the challenge. He accepts the challenge.
No, he's telling you to accept the challenge.
I'm trying to make it so it seems like he's accepting the challenge. That's how I'm interpreting that. He's accepting the challenge. Now this is where it gets tricky. Technically, she's not. She shouldn't be that big here.
I'm gonna get rid of these chicken bones that are sitting in front of me. There we go. Yeah, the worst thing about having food is after you're done with it, still having the leftovers sitting smelling good in front of you. You're like,
Yeah.
man, I'm not going to eat the bones. Stop it. You can't make me. Are you using a magnifying glass?
Yeah. Just so I can get the really, really small stuff. Well, it's all pretty small on this side of paper. But the details.
You know, you can use a full-size paper, man.
Yeah, but I want to try and do it in that format. You know. Plus, I don't got any 11 by 17s to spare at the moment, so.
Okay.
And I can go buy another pad like this for like $9, $10. Where the 11 by 17 is like what, $25? At least here. I don't know how much it is where you are, but.
Well, it really depends if anybody's watching the front door or not.
Okay, we at Cross Comics do not condone that. Excuse me. Okay, so now we I guess you could tell by the shadow that I was using magnifying glass, eh?
It wasn't just that. I also saw a bit of it in the field of view at the time.
Oh, so what's everybody?
I gotta go do something tomorrow.
I was gonna say, what's everybody got going on for the weekend?
Oh, I'll tell you what I gotta do. Same thing I do every weekend.
Try to take over the world!
No. That's what we do every night. On the weekend, I have to podcast.
Yeah, with your new co-host.
Potentially, yeah. Do a trial run. But Marsupial said that he should have the free time now to do it. But earlier on, I'll probably have to get up earlier. I'll set my alarm, make sure I'm not up too late. I gotta go grab my equipment, find a nice quiet spot because I want to do the recording outside. Then I have to record a couple-minute bit for a video that I'm producing. I've already got a few of the other people's parts for it. I'm bringing back a series they used to do called What I Learned In. Where we would take, it was originally video games, but I'm going to start expanding it to other things. And we would take like game series and we do like this little comedic mock interview thing where we would say what we learned in the game series, but none of it was like actually legit things that we learned. It was all like jokes and stuff like that. So we're bringing it back, and it's going to be what I learned in the 2020 lockdown. It's going to be great. And I've already got 2 of the other people's. There's going to be 5 people in total. I have to go bother the other 2.
Yes, Eagle. And Eagle changed his thing.
Did he now?
His image. Or his, I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe you don't know. Maybe you'll never know. No, John says the dinner was great.
Oh, that's good.
Well, it's carne asada. How could it not be great? What's making me hungry is that there's a watermelon sitting on the other side of the table, just staring at me.
Eat me, yes you must.
He's like, I'll tell you how. You just send Rick to the store for carne asada. Rick, would you even know the first thing to buy to prepare that dish?
No. I
First, you need a skirt steak.
Probably could look it up.
You come back with a can of corned beef and hash. Oh, that'd be horrible.
I don't think I'd be that bad to come back with that. I want to see.
And John wants to see it.
How come he's working so far away? What do you mean?
Well, I think he's saying that the image looks too far away, like this is a comic for ants.
Or is he not doing manga style? Well, it depends on what you mean by manga style.
Just Rick style. Rick, you should make all your images look like they're from the game Jet Set Radio.
I have no idea what that is.
You ever played Jet Set Radio? What? You probably never owned a Dreamcast, did you?
No. I wanted to, but couldn't afford it.
Jet Set Radio is great. You can play it on Steam. I think last time I picked it up for like $2 because it's always randomly on sale.
Mallet says he got his coloring book today. And Dillard says, cool. Wait a minute. I haven't got mine. How do you like it, Mallet? And he says most of the
art's very nice.
Well, technically, I worked on 2 pages last week. But I went and did these images better this week. There were some
drawings that were very messy.
Yeah, and he's going to say they were all mine. Correct.
Yeah, well, some of them also had like pencil marks and stuff that were pretty straight. I tried to clean up as much as I could without altering anybody's drawing.
Excuse me.
Rick, explain Art of Manliness. I already read the about section for that. I don't know if we can explain it any more than that. Well, Mal's not a narc, so he's not actually going to say whose stuff was messy. He's not going to rat on anybody. Yeah, we did trash talk you at the very beginning of this, Evan, because we were talking about you watching replays related to the Hero Manga battle. And also how anybody could have time to even go through the replays related to it. There's a lot of streams.
Yeah, and know where to start, which stream to start with. Let's see.
Rick, no.
No what?
Just no.
Okay. I might get it tomorrow. Coloring book. I think I should be able to use my Scotiabank account.
Well, I said from the very beginning I had no interest in actually buying it.
Oh, the coloring book.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll probably scan all the pages, although some of them technically I don't have to scan. They're already scanned. Probably scan all the pages that aren't mine. Or maybe I'll scan them all, even mine, with maybe a little bit of stuff that you did different with mine. You know, like putting on whatever you put on to make the page filler. And maybe I'll color them that way, but then, you know.
Why would you do that when I could just send you all the files?
Well, I guess you could do that then, too. I guess that makes my life a lot easier.
Yeah, but it's like, why would I buy the coloring book when I have all the files? I could just print them out on normal printer paper and color them.
Dylan says he will soon announce the Cult of Raven coloring contest. I'm just buying it to support the book. You know, it's $12, so that's not so bad.
Oh, well, I can't bring myself to support any book that has a Cult of Raven logo on it, despite being in the Cult of Raven. I don't know, it just feels kind of sullied. Evan says, just because you have a bad memory and think everyone is corrupt. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I know where to look. Winner gets a $50 Best Buy gift card.
Must be colored with marker crayon or colored pencils.
Evan was going to buy a coloring book, but then he heard that you were just going to color over it when he finished. Well, I mean, if you color it physically, I don't know how Rick even has the power to come over and color over your images.
Well, technically, do I have the power to, I could hop a plane to where he lives, somehow get into his house, and then color over whatever he's done.
Get past his guard dogs. Actually, knowing Evan, he probably has, like, guard jackals.
But it doesn't really seem worth it to me.
Dude, jackals are vicious. But you might be able to get past them if you can properly learn how to prepare a carne asada. The other says, also, in order to enter, you must take a picture of your finished page with a copy of your book in the frame. So, no coloring scans or anything like that.
Well, you can scan it in and color. Well, scan it in after you've colored it, but you got to be able to prove that you actually bought the book. In other words, you can compete. You didn't buy it. Can't compete if you don't buy the book.
Unless I made a very, very believable homemade copy of the book.
Which is entirely possible.
Though at that point, probably more expensive than just buying the book.
Yeah, true. Especially since I think in the U.S. it's probably under $10. Delicious. That sounds expensive. Well, we just acknowledge that. How many panels is Rick adding to this page? What do you mean? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These
No,
aren't
those are badly drawn buildings. Those aren't panels.
These are just buildings from the side. I start getting a little bit more 3D-ish or whatever on the second page.
That's okay. I also do badly drawn buildings because I don't care.
That does not look like manga. Well, as me and
Well,
Metal
actually, he said that
just
doesn't look like mango, and I have to agree that 100% does not look like a fruit.
yes. But me and Metal discussed this a couple weeks ago. There are a variety of styles within manga. It's not all Sailor Moon type stuff. You
Well,
have
I think Mallet's biggest complaint was that your panels weren't dynamic enough.
yeah. This is my first page. I'm starting to. You can start to see a little bit more dynamicism, I think, with this. I'm gonna end up making her come out of the panel here. So you'll see her mask here. And her hair. Rick is immediately posthumously disqualified. For what? What am I disqualified from?
Well, he said
Because
posthumously, so I'm guessing life. Is the coloring contest for the coloring book? Yes, I believe that is what Dillard said.
he says, okay, back to my stream.
Oh, is Mallet streaming right now? I didn't get a notification for that.
Neither did I. Then again, I don't get. Maybe I should turn on my notifications to my computer again.
Oh, yeah, he's at it. He's still making that cribbage board.
Rick, why are you drawing that American comic? You're disqualified. I'm not drawing an American comic. I'm drawing my manga.
He's like, why is he watching you if Mallet's streaming? I don't know. John, do you ever go to Twitch? That's the real question.
Once in a blue moon. Yes.
Mallet doesn't stream on YouTube. He does occasionally upload a video, though. He says, I live on Twitch, yo.
Peace. Elbow. Avokov. Dip, 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 dip.
Also, I don't think John has the authority to disqualify you from the contest. That's either Evan, which would probably be wrong if he had the authority to disqualify you from the contest, being the fact that he's competing, or the judges that Evan put in charge.
Is this the hair manga? Yeah, this is my first page. The hair manga.
Yeah, Twitch is kind of inferior, though, because you can't elbow cough in Twitch. There's no dab emote. Zero out of 10 would not do again.
Okay, where are you getting this?
Getting what?
These comments.
No, that was just my own opinion.
Okay.
I'm allowed to have opinions, aren't I, Rick?
No. Sure, why not? I don't. Ask Evan.
As far as I knew, I was still in a free country. I know you might not know that being up in Canadistan, but here in the United States, I'm free to have opinions.
Oh, we are here too. See, you're confusing us with Australia.
Oh, poor Australia.
That's where if you just write on Facebook that you're going to go to some march, and they'll come and take you away to jail.
Oh, Evan wants to know who's disqualified. Apparently, Dillard, who is not happy with Rick's art style, was trying to disqualify Rick, but Dillard doesn't have the ability to disqualify people.
Evan, you were disqualified by Rick is disqualified from everything.
I do not have the power to disqualify Evan. This is Evan's contest. I do have the power to both goat and ridicule him, though. That is in my control.
Metal has claimed this competition as his own. Metal doesn't have the authority to qualify me. That's what he said. Evan? Aren't you listening?
No, Evan doesn't listen. You know that.
Oh, yeah. Evan just hears what he wants to hear.
Yeah, he often says, "No, I can't hear you." Ooh, that is a better name though. The Metal Harem Competition X. Eagle might be onto something. I might just need to abduct this competition. Eagle has some good ideas. He was also the one that gave me the idea to make mine about a detective story. Assuming I ever actually do it. It'd be like Guilty Gear naming too. Every year we just add another X to it, but we pronounce it weird, like XX or Xerd. I want to play some Guilty Gear now. The start of every single Guilty Gear match, you have the announcer going, "Heaven or hell, let's rock."
That's a horrible name for the harem manga, the Metal Harem Competition X. I just want to know what happened to the other 9.
No. The X is not a Roman numeral. It's X for like extreme or exciting, or we're still in the 90s.
Or are you part of the X-Men?
Murder Harem X.
I don't like how this one's turned out. I have to redraw. Redraw, man! Redraw that!
Yeah, just redraw all of it.
Wouldn't you like that?
Yeah, I would.
I think Evan would like it even more.
I know John would.
Hey, Elric! Elric finally decides to drop one.
Elric, are you on page 23 of your manga yet?
And that's what I gotta do too. I gotta sit down tomorrow and write a few more pages.
I don't even know what page it was on. I just picked like Elric's fast enough. Some random near the end number page.
Well, I just more mean for writing. And Elric says, "Nope, not yet." Laugh out loud.
Yeah, I've heard X pronounced as key as well. Or as as key because it's the what's it called? The Greek letter, right? Like in Kingdom Hearts when they use the Greek key for the keyblade. I wonder if YouTube accepts Greek letters. You'd think so, because there's Greek people on YouTube. Oh, yeah. We got it.
That seems like it might be key. Rick called me a liar and said mean things. Now I'm trying to steal the harem. Steal my
It's that letter. Well, it's key, but it's also chi. They're the same letter. And it's pronounced key, but when you use it in a word, it actually makes the ch sound. But it's also if it's at the start of a word, it's cha. If it's at the end of the word, it's hard, like the word lock or bach, because Greek letters would make different sounds depending on what they were next to.
Hotep's Revenge X.
So key.
Hotep's Revenge Key. Oh, it's Hotep Revenge Key.
It's the 22nd letter of the Greek alphabet.
I just know the first and the last. The Alpha and Omega. Well, actually, I know Gamma, I know Beta, Kappa. I'm not sure where that is.
What about delta?
Yeah, Delta. Yeah, I know Delta.
Theta?
Yeah.
How about epsilon?
I've heard of that. I probably didn't realize it was a Greek letter.
How about the opposite of omega, omicron?
Omicron? How is that the opposite?
Well, because nobody says micro right anymore. They say micro.
Yeah, but
right. So if you have the opposite of omega would be omicron. Right. O big, O small.
Oh, okay. I guess I get that.
Omicron. Oh, Evan has a question for you. It says, ask Rick if he owns a. I don't know that word. Is it supposed to be petard, petard? I'm not familiar with this. It almost looks like the word retard, but with a P.
Petard?
It's a small bomb made of metal or wooden box filled with powder. Okay.
No. Well,
It's
no.
petard with upside down E. So it would be like how you pronounce retard. It's a kind of firework that explodes with a sharp report.
Well, I don't own it. Albert says,
Yes, alpha is at the beginning.
Yes. Yeah. Alpha is the opposite of omega, the true opposite. Because alpha is the beginning, omega is the end.
I am Lur from the planet Omicron Persei 8. Oh, you also want to know if you would like to be hoisted by it.
No. But we can hoist him by it.
What's funny too is that the Greeks don't actually use alpha and omega to mean beginning and end.
Yeah.
But the people before them that the alphabet kind of comes from, the Hebrew, use their versions of the same letter. So when you translate it into Greek, it says alpha and omega. But in Hebrew, the first letter was aleph before it was alpha.
Yeah. Well, where most people probably get it from alpha and omega, getting in the end, blah blah blah.
Is the Bible. That's where it's used.
Yeah. And Paul was probably just using it as symbolism.
Yeah.
He probably wasn't using it as a real meaning. You know, he was probably just using it as symbolism, I would guess. You know, to the people of that day, because it's something that most of them could relate to.
Understand. Yeah. Evan wants you to know that you don't hoist a man by another man's petard.
Okay, well, we won't host you by my petard. We'll host you by your petard.
I don't think you should hoist anybody by anyone's petard, even their own.
Yeah. Ulrich says, also just a heads up, cross metal, and I apologize for smoke from fires in my state. My stupid governor blames solely on climate change. Yeah, I know about that, Ulrich. Rebel News covered that here.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing. Is like you literally can't blame any California fires on climate change because they've been going on since even during the last ice age and before that. Like you can find evidence of it. And the problem is that people have been confined to certain areas for so long that you haven't had controlled burns or anything, and there's just a bunch of fuel, like dead trees and stuff, building up in areas, and it's normal for parts of California to set on fire. It's not normal for all of California to set on fire because they've just had too much fuel building up over like the last many years or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to finish this page up next week. I can't get my Piper on here drawn just right, so maybe I'll draw him up off screen. I don't know, but then we'll start working on page 2, and hopefully over the weekend I can get up to page 20 written up. As long as I can stay ahead of myself in the writing, I'm all right. And seeing as how I'm on page 15 of the writing, I think I am doing good in that respect. But also, Ulrich, another thing, I wouldn't feel it here. It's over in BC and Alberta that they would feel it. The smoke and all that coming up from California.
I don't even think I'd feel it here in Texas, or at least the part of Texas I'm at, because, well, the draft from the hurricanes have kind of just made it really clear and cool here, other than like the random rain.
Yeah.
Just kind of pushed it all the other direction.
Well, this is...
Elric's also trying to tell you she doesn't have big enough boobs.
This is small stuff. You might see her press her boobs bigger when I draw this up better. Because there is Kung Fu Kitty. who we're dealing with on the first couple pages. And it is 12 o'clock, so I'm going to showcase Metal here for a second and say, you want to promote?
Yeah, man. Just, go to xdynamuschaos.com. I keep saying it. Nobody goes. Oh, well. Got some stuff for you to read. Enjoy it. Was that good enough?
Yeah. And Alric's telling me to go read hair mangas. I'm not sure whether I want to. And he says, I know I dropped in late, but it was fun. Yeah, it was. Well, thank you for coming on, Metal, as usual. Thanks for John coming on earlier. Thanks for everybody in the chat dropping by. It was good, fun. I'm not sure what else to say. I guess hopefully see you tomorrow on the Discord when we're watching stuff. So, bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day, or night, or morning, or whatever it is.